Oh, hello there. It's me, Honest Life. I'm just here, just watching TV in my imaginary condo, where I probably will never get in the future. Kill me.
How can I help you, Shaggy?
Like I'm a representative of the United States military. Like, do I have some great news for you?
Hear it, I would like to.
Like, oh man, like you're gonna love this. Like the U.S. military has chose you to like serve in Iran.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna call Walmart really quick to see if I'm old enough to buy laxatives, so I don't have to walk there again and get told to fuck off.
Maybe not. Alright, I'm gonna leave now. There's really nothing good on TV anymore. I guess I'll just go on my computer, watch some YouTube videos, and check out some weird shit going on there, There's nothing like YouTube, you know. Weird shit. Well, since I couldn't afford the animation budget for the computer, well, I just teleported here magically. Anyways, let's see how my YouTube channel is doing. Oh, wow, 6 subscribers! Thanks guys, I appreciate your support for this channel. It's not much, but hell, I'm still happy for it. Anyways, let's see how my World War III video. Nice! 88 views? Whoa! Thanks guys for checking out my video. Didn't expect too many would watch it, to be honest. Anyways, I guess it's time for me to make a new video. So let's see. Maybe a video on Stephen Carl winning meme of the decade? Nah, too obvious. How about I just film a new movie? Nah, just nothing really to film. Oh, I got it. Big and Chunky Kid. Nah. Shit, I'm out of ideas. Wait. What's this? A fan sending a message.
Hey Life, I think you should watch an anime called Beastars and review it on the YouTube video.
Well, I ain't a weeboo or anime fan, but shit, I don't have any ideas, so I guess it's worth a try.
大丈夫よ。多少手荒でも私。ちゃんと楽しむわ。
Oh my god! What did I just agree to? Hey, what's going on guys? Life here, back with another video, this time on something different. This time, we're gonna do a review on an anime called Beastars, which I can only describe as being a furry hentai show. Now, before you crazy anime fans start pressing on that dislike button and start writing a long essay hating on me, hear me out first, because I actually like this anime. Now, I ain't a big anime fan or a weeboo or a furry that goes yif yif. And no, I ain't Saber Spark, who reviews furry shows 24/7. No offense, man. I mean, the last time I watched an anime was when I was 15, and shit. After that, I was literally in the basement creating a meme page and wasting my life posting and creating memes after that. Sad hours. I mean, I used to watch Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon, Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, One Piece, and Naruto at 3 years old. 3 years old! How many people can remember and watch a show at 3 years old? Like, that shit's incredible. Also, I'm thinking of doing film review videos now. Sure, there might be a lot out there, but it's worth a try. But nevertheless, let's start this review. You might be asking me right now, so what the hell is Beastars? Is it just an anime meant for horny furries? Well, no my friend. The best way I could put it, it's a Japanese version of Zootopia, but darker, and instead has the animals living in school in harmony. Now, it actually turns out the anime was actually a manga before it became an anime, and it has some interesting details in the manga. Well, I'd never read the manga before watching the anime, but I'm pretty sure they're not so different, but I do consider reading that manga at some point to see the differences. I mean, it does look pretty interesting. Oh, by the way, before we say this is a ripoff of Zootopia, Well, not quite, since the manga and the movie Zootopia were released the same year. Coincidence, or was Disney copying again? I mean, it's not the first time Disney did it. I mean, look at The Lion King. Jeez. Oh, by the way, also some spoilers too. So if you're interested in watching the show, I suggest maybe skipping it and not be spoiled hearing the story. So let's start off with the story. So the story is quite simple. Basically, there's a school full of animals and they're split up into two race groups. Carnivores, the meat-eater animals, and herbivores, who are the plant-eater animals. Both animal groups live in peace and harmony until an alpaca student named Tem gets literally eaten alive by a carnivore, which then causes tensions to rise between both animal groups.
So modern day politics, basically.
Anyways, we then follow our main character, a wolf named Lugosi, who is a part of the stage crew in his school's drama club, who is lonely and doesn't really talk to too many people.
So he's basically antisocial.
Yes, and let me finish first before we answer the questions. Anyways, we see him having to help a red deer named Lewis with something, who is soon to be a Beastar, which in their world is like being a leader of society, just leading every animal equally to keep order and peace in society.
So basically, communist leader Tito?
What? No! Oh, wait a minute. Actually, that kinda does make sense now I think about it. So during the night, Lugosi is guarding Lewis, who was having a secret meeting with somebody. But all of a sudden loses focus of his duty. He gets hungry and tries to eat a rabbit girl who is walking around the night, who isn't having such a good day since people are spreading rumors of her being like Mia Khalifa. However, Lugosi doesn't eat her, and when he meets her the next day, he actually falls in love with her because she is nice to him compared to the other animals Lugosi meets. But also, he knows that his relationship with her will not work, considering of what he did, and also that he's a carnivore and she's a herbivore. But he doesn't want to say that he loves her or discourage her, since he does feel guilty about what he did last night. So he decides to hang out with her as if it was a date. Smart thinking. Later, Lugosi finds a young gray wolf girl named Juno, who is getting bullied by some other carnivore students. Luckily, Lugosi is there to save her from the bullies, and this results into Juno falling in love with him. And she even tries to confess it to him as well. But it's too late for that, because she discovers that he might actually be in love with a rabbit girl. Damn, that gotta suck. And the next day, Lugosi is about to admit his feelings to her, to Haru, until she gets kidnapped by some lion gang called the Shushigami. I'm sorry, I can't really pronounce this.
So basically, MS-13.
Lewis is blackmailed by the gang and is made sure not to tell anybody or make sure no rumors are spread throughout the school about the kidnapping. But Lugosi decides that he's gonna save her because he's basically the only one that's willing to. So him and this panda he met at the black market called Guhin go and kill the lions, and Lugosi is once again united with his rabbit girlfriend. Also, luckily Lewis comes right in time to save Lugosi by killing the leader, and he later on becomes the new leader of the Shushigami. I believe that's how you pronounce it. However, later on, Juno then gets jealous of Haru because Lugosi likes her rather than Juno. So at the festival, Juno tries to get Lugosi to love her by putting him on the stage, where later she tries to get him to put a candle with her on a lamp that will make them love each other forever. But Lugosi decides that he won't have a wolf coochie and basically says, I'm more of a rabbit coochie guy. And honestly, it was probably for the best too, considering Lugosi being older than her, which would lead to some illegal acts. So finally, he tells Haru that he loves her, and then we're given a post-credit scene, probably of a villain for season 2. So my thought is that it's a really good anime. The story was able to combine drama, action, and love in a pretty realistic world, I would say. I know the manga writer Paru Igaki was looking more into drama and mystery story, but season 1 felt more a focus on the love and drama rather. I know the whole Tem murder was the mystery, but honestly, I didn't feel too much of the detective or mystery too much in Season 1 while watching it. But maybe in Season 2, which looks like we're gonna explore more on the murder mystery. I mean, this new possible villain looks interesting. Maybe it was the big and chunky kid who killed Tem. I wouldn't be so shocked about that. I don't know who did it, but I'm definitely checking out Season 2 when it does releases. Oh yeah, I know have seen the show before and you just saw how I summarized. Yes, I didn't mention about Lugosi or Bill fighting, or Lewis and Haru's relation, or the discovery of the black market. I just only focused on the parts that was the main point of the story. I know they were important too, but I just wanted to keep it simple and easy for the people who never watched and just wanted to hear the story be spoiled through a summary. And now, on to the characters. So the characters in the story felt so realistic that many of us can, well, relate in a way. Lugosi is almost everybody's favorite and my favorite character, not gonna lie. I felt like he's somebody I can relate to be honest. I like how he's that kind of guy who isn't popular or talks a lot and gets awkward when talking to some people or awkward in situations. But once you get to know him better, you start to realize that he's actually, well, shit, actually pretty cool. And, well, he also was trying to hide his strengths, so he doesn't get involved in too many conflict as well, which is something most people, of course, will try to do. Well, some of us. Oh yeah, and I have to say, it kind of reminds me too of my days back in high school. I was sort of awkward around people. Oh yeah, and before you guys start asking, no, I'm not an edgy fuck that listens to Bring Me to Life Kids Bop version every day. So, and don't ask.
Wake me up inside. I can't wake up. Wake me up inside. Call my name and save me from the dark.
Okay, these emos are vibing though. I'm not gonna lie. Then you got Haru, who is a character who struggles to find what her purpose in life is. She feels herself as being nothing but weak and a helpless animal because of her body. So her only purpose she sees is just to mate with intercourse animals and stuff. Which explains why in the show she's described as being a whore. But she later learns that she does have a purpose at the end. Haru has a lot of emotions inside of her, but sadly she doesn't express it outside as much. Then there's Juno. She has a lot of determination to be the best and also tries to get her crush to love her, of course, Lugosi. Juno is that person who has a crush on somebody but isn't noticed by their crush. So they get jealous of the person they actually like and try to compete, only at the end they lose. Which, honestly, I would have to say is a pretty realistic perspective of how us people will be hard when our crushes don't realize the amount of love and care we put for them. Because sometimes our crushes will fall in love with somebody else or never just realize about it. Which is honestly a tragedy that usually tends to happen to almost everybody in today. There's Lewis, who is the popular kid at this whole school, and he tends to act like a dick to some people and acts a bigger dick to especially carnivores, but it all makes sense for a reason because he used to have a pretty dark childhood with the carnivores, and also his dad was extremely strict about him being the best and being better than him especially. Well, technically to this adoptive father, I would say. Then you have the other minor major characters that I haven't mentioned, like Jack, the friendly dog to almost everybody and being Lugosi's childhood BFF. And then you have Guhin, who's the doctor and teacher of the show who helps Lugosi on his goal of trying to make a good relationship with Rabbit. Then there's Bill, who you expect to be a villain, maybe-ish, but it's just a guy who wants carnivores to be as popular like herbivores, which explains why he acts quite more expressive compared to the other carnivores in the show. There's also more characters, but I consider them minor since they only had like one episode and just a couple of lines, like Kai, Dom, and those hens that make the egg sandwich in that one episode. Honestly, I like these characters because of their personality and story, because it gives a sense of what, well, actual people in real life do. Like Juno having to accept that Lugosi is in love with somebody else, or how Lugosi struggled to tell somebody that he loves. These are all situations we face as people, of course. And I like how it's conveying it as what if the animals were the ones that had to experience the issues we face in real life. Honestly, this is what makes these characters really memorable. Besides the character designs and what animals they are, I could just remember them because of their personalities. Now, I don't know why, but for some reason these characters actually gave me sort of a Shakespeare vibe to them. I guess it has something to do with their whole, like, stories and personalities wise. Other than that, I know many of you might be saying that, oh, this is just basically a teen drama show, just with action, comedy, love, and mystery to it, just like every ordinary one. Like, sure, but hey, it's better than 13 Reasons Why, and probably many other animes. It's not as predictable as most animes are, where the male character gets a nosebleed of seeing a bunch of girls and ends up not even dating any of the girls because, well, he behaves creepy. I mean, it's kind of predictable if you think about it. It's like Brock, you know? I mean, to this day, he still has no coochie. Now, onto animation and design and the score. So, this is actually the first time I ever saw a CGI anime, and I have to say, I was really confused. I'm not saying it was bad, but I felt it got confusing to look at because you could see the background in some of the animals and characters are in 2D image. But then all of a sudden, it changes into a 3D image in some scenes. It works great, but it's confusing to look at. I feel they should have made the background 3D and all the animals in a 3D model so it can be considered a CGI animated show. Don't get me wrong, the design of the atmosphere works great and the character designs are great with the scenery. I ain't saying it's the worst anime designs I have ever saw. I do find some of the scenery to be colorful and beautiful. The character designs are perfect and definitely give out a unique anime design, and it does look close to the animals they're based off. The only character design I would complain is maybe Lewis. I feel they made him way too skinny and his neck doesn't match with his head. He kind of looks like an unvaccinated kid. Animation in this show is really great, from how the characters walk or when they're fighting are just perfect. But one of the things I was impressed with was the face expressions, as they were probably the most human-like expressions in an anime I ever seen. The way when they speak or react to things was so lifelike. When I first saw it, I was really impressed how well the voice acting worked so well with the movement. Studio Orange, who animated them, definitely put a lot of effort into this anime, and I give them credit for doing their homework right. The only thing I would complain is maybe when they showed the instinct mode, as honestly, it doesn't work well with this show, and I feel they should have not added it at all. I get what they were trying to do. They were trying to do the Super Saiyan and Nine-Tail mode from Dragon Ball Z and Naruto, but it just doesn't work well with this show, to be honest. As for the score, I really liked it. It had what I would say is a French style to it, and it works pretty well with the mood of the scenes, I have to say. Of course, there's the intros and outro music, which I say goes well with the scenes and the animation in the intro and outro. So I give them an A+ on the score. No complaints there. So my only complaints would be the animation with the instinct mode and Lewis's design. But they could be improved maybe in season 2. And finally, the conclusion. So to conclude the video, my final score for this show is an 8 out of 10. It's a good show and it's definitely worth checking out, even if you don't know anything about the manga or even watch anime like me. You'll still enjoy it. I know it's only in Japanese at the moment, but there is an English dub version coming out soon. Anyways, I'm giving it an 8 out of 10 because of its good story and characters and music, but it just misses out on the confusing CG design. And also, I ain't gonna lie too, but there was some stuff that didn't make sense, like, oh, Wolf and Panda just kill a bunch of lions despite the lions were literally carrying guns with them. Motherfucking guns. Like, what happened there? Did they just forget they were carrying guns? Like, they could have just shot them and just won the battle easily. Or somehow Lewis was able to do a whole play with an injured ankle, which in reality, if that ankle was kept in that play for that long, it would probably get crippled and he would probably fall on the floor during the play and probably scream in agony.
Actually, dumbass, Animals aren't like humans. They feel less pain when they're injured compared to...
Shut up, Cracker. There was also some over-exaggerated scenes, like how Haru gets bullied by the two cat girls, and basically they try to crush her to death with a mattress. Like, holy shit! Are they trying to commit second-degree murder or something? Like, Jesus Christ! This makes this school more dangerous than Hogwarts. First, you have the student getting eaten alive by somebody, bullies throwing mattresses from their windows, and literally a lion sex traffickers trying to kidnap students. Like, shit, I think I'd rather go to Hogwarts instead of Charrington Academy. And also, how comes nobody questions, like, why is Haru with a mattress outside? So yeah, I guess I concluded the review now. If you don't agree with me, that's okay, you know, it's just my opinion. And everybody has their own opinion, to be honest, so yeah, it's alright. One thing I was surprised that, well, there's actually no furries who watch this show, however, or even know about it, which I think is a really great sign, I would say. I said there's no furries! So anyways, if you like this video today, you'll get your very own bunny girl waifu pillow. Oh, wait a minute, that's not all, folks. If you subscribe now, you'll get not just one, but two. That's right, two people. Two bunny waifu pillows. So anyways, have a wonderful day, people, and see you next time. And also special thanks to DuckBill46 for suggesting the idea for this video today. Anyways, peace out, guys.